the cap of caps.
Chicago Sky are worst basketball team.
Dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. Again is the Chicago Bravado losing patience with Angel Reese.
Angel Reese just got suspended by the Chicago Sky, and let's be honest, it's no surprise, averaging 8 points a game with a shooting percentage under 35%. She's missing layups like she's auditioning for a comedy reel. The so-called face of women's basketball has become the league's biggest punchline. And fans can't decide whether to laugh or cringe. Shall always come to the light. Angel Reese's suspension by the Chicago Sky has rocked the WNBA world. Just a year ago, she was on top of it all: magazine covers, endorsement deals, viral interviews, hailed as the future of women's basketball.
Shall always come to the light.
The media couldn't get enough of her. She was the golden child, the league's savior, the face of a new era. Fast forward to now, and she's been benched not for rest, but by suspension. The fall from grace has been swift and stunning. But let's be real, it was a long time coming.
Angel Reese has received relentless promotion from the league and her pretend friends in the mainstream media.
This isn't about 1 or 2 bad games. This is a season-long disaster. The Chicago Sky have a miserable 3-10 record after 13 games. That's right, just 3 wins. And it gets worse. They've lost their last 3 games, including a 93-80 beatdown by the Atlanta Dream. It's a free fall, and they're ranked 11th in the league standings, second to last in the Eastern Conference. The defense, virtually non-existent. They're giving up a league worst 88.4 points per game, and 8 of their 10 losses have been by 13 points or more. It's not just losing, it's getting dismantled, claimed.
Angel Reese unintentionally exposed her own lies. An excellent performance from Angel Reese. It is rare. It's like seeing a hole-in-one on a par 5.
And at the center of this chaos, Angel Reese, her missed layups have become infamous. Her shooting percentage is just 39%, ranking her 63rd out of 64 qualified players.
Claimed that Angel Reese is the face of the WNBA because she leads the league in followers on social media, along with missed layups and a complete lack of athleticism.
Rebounding stats come with an asterisk. Most of them are off her own missed shots, making it look like she's running solo practice drills during actual games. But
according to Barbie, she is the reason people are watching the WNBA. She is the reason that people are paying $16 to watch the Chicago Bravado play the Phoenix Masculines later today.
The league hyped her as a generational talent. Forbes ran glowing features. Advertisers lined up to cash in on her star power. Social media treated her like basketball royalty. But when it came to delivering on the court, the hype fell flat. Reese wasn't just a player, she became a brand. And like any overhyped product, the flaws became impossible to ignore.
Angel Reese is a huge star.
The Chicago Bravado are running out of patience. The Chicago Sky finally had enough. Her suspension isn't just a punishment, it's a statement. The team couldn't keep pretending that everything was fine when the numbers, the performances, and the fan reaction screamed otherwise. Reese wasn't helping, she was hurting. The message from the Sky is clear: we're done.
Angel Reese has taken some accountability for her disastrous season, but it appears that the Chicago Bravado are running out of patience.
Fans have been equally unforgiving. Reese was supposed to be the player who brought the WNBA into the mainstream. Instead, she's become the poster child for overhyped athletes. Social media is flooded with criticism, from her sloppy mechanics to her TikTok heavy lifestyle. Fans are calling her the most overhyped player in WNBA history, and honestly, they might not be wrong. All the branding and interviews mean nothing when you're bricking layups and turning the ball over.
Angel Reese followed what I thought was her best performance of the season with another typically dreadful performance.
The suspension didn't just come out of nowhere, it's been building for weeks. The Sky's humiliations have been piling up, with losses like the 93-58 disaster against the Indiana Fever on June 10, 2025, and the 99-74 meltdown against the New York Liberty on June 14, 2025, showcasing their struggles. These games highlight more than just poor team performance, they spotlight Angel Reese's glaring issues on the court.
Looked up the box score. Her stats were great. Yes, stats are meaningless. They rarely tell the whole story.
Her offensive game has been so lackluster that even head coach Tyler Marsh had to call it out when Marsh admitted that Reese's offensive role just isn't working. It was a thinly veiled critique of her season-long shortcomings.
He claims some of the responsibility for her dreadful season by claiming that they need to create better looks for her on the court.
The worst part, Angel Reese's suspension isn't just about her lackluster stats, it's about her crumbling image. This is the same player who spent the offseason curating TikTok, landing flashy brand deals, and confidently claiming she's the reason people tune into women's basketball. Now those bold proclamations feel like empty boasts.
The same Angel Reese who has been begging, and I mean begging, people on social media to vote for her?
She's not on the same level as Caitlin Clark on the court, while players like Caitlin Clark are delivering jaw-dropping performances and solidifying their legacy. Reese is making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Viral clips of her clumsy plays and laughable missed shots are dominating social media. Every airball, every fumbled layup becomes instant meme material, feeding an internet frenzy that's turning Reese into a punchline.
She's not on the same level as Caitlin Clark on the court.
Her off-season priorities, more about staying trending online than staying sharp on the court, are painfully evident in her game. The results are in, and they're not pretty. Reese's focus on building her personal brand over refining her basketball skills is costing her credibility with fans, teammates, and the league itself.
Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, they were the biggest stars in women's basketball. Hell, you can make the case that they were two of the biggest stars in all of basketball.
Angel Reese's suspension is more than just a team decision. It's a turning point for a player once positioned as the face of the league. This is as public a downfall as it gets. The Chicago Sky, the fans, and even her own coach have made their stance clear. The hype is officially over. If this story has you hooked, hit subscribe now to stay updated on every twist and turn.
Chicago Bravado, they still got their ass kicked, but that doesn't matter.
So here we are, Angel Reese, the face of the WNBA, benched by her own team. The same player who was supposed to revolutionize the league has been exposed as one of its weakest links. The suspension isn't just a punishment, it's a wake-up call.
Angel Reese and the Chicago Bravado publicly embarrassed themselves.
So here we are, Angel Reese, the face of the WNBA, benched by her own team. The same player who was supposed to revolutionize the league has been exposed as one of its weakest links. The suspension isn't just a punishment, it's a wake-up call. If this saga has taught us anything, it's that flashy branding can't make up for bad basketball.
And the situation at hand is that when Angel Reese walks in to the Indiana Fever Arena, she is no longer safe. She is not safe because there are some Indiana Fever fans who are racist.
Fans oscillate between frustration and apathy, watching Reese fail to convert easy opportunities while the team's morale crumbles. Her role as an anchor was supposed to stabilize the Sky, but instead it's dragging them deeper into the abyss. With performances like these, critics are left wondering whether Reese's hype was all flash and no substance. But it's not just the coach who's had enough. Fans are over it too. They've been chanting for Kennedy Carter's return, as if Carter's absence is the only thing standing between the Sky and, well, mediocrity. Social media is ablaze with demands to bench Reese permanently, or better yet, trade her. The memes brutal, the comments even worse. It's not just backlash, it's a full-on revolt. The stats, the performances, the fan reactions, it's all pointing in one direction. Angel Reese isn't just struggling, she's flopping on a level that's hard to watch. The Chicago Sky disastrous season isn't all her fault, but she's certainly not helping for a player who is supposed to be the face of the league. This isn't just a bad season, it's a public undoing, and with each game, each missed shot, and each viral clip, the message becomes clearer. The hype is officially.
But the dreadful performance from Angel Reese, that's not the real story here. Matter of fact, that's just the norm.
Reese's suspension wasn't a sudden decision. It was the inevitable conclusion to a seasonal-long disaster. The writing was on the wall, bold and bright for everyone to see. The fans were fed up, the media had turned on her, and even the Chicago Sky couldn't ignore the mounting pressure any longer. Reese wasn't just underperforming, she was becoming a liability. Missed shots, viral gaffes, and her infamous off-court antics had painted a target on her back, and the Sky finally pulled the trigger.
To Jeffrey, we need more production out of Angel Reese, and that's yet to come together. Rare to see GMs being this blunt about their star player.
This is the same Angel Reese who was once the face of their franchise, the same player plastered across marketing campaigns heralded as the savior of the WNBA, now she's bench suspended no less by the very team that once banked its future on her. The irony is almost poetic. You can't help but wonder how the Sky front office feels about those glossy promotional posters. Now the fan reaction has been brutal, to say the least. Social media is a war zone of memes, sarcastic comments, and outright celebrations of her suspension. Finally, one user wrote, "The Sky is free of dead weight." Another joked, "Maybe now she'll have more time for TikTok. It's not just criticism, it's an avalanche of roasting fans who once cheered for her are now tearing her down. And Rhea has no one to blame but herself."
Myth in the WNBA dump has officially been exposed. The myth of all myths, the deception of deception.
This is the same Angel Reese, who was once the face of their franchise, the same player plastered across marketing campaigns heralded as the savior of the WNBA. Now she's bench suspended no less by the very team that once banked its future on her. The irony is almost poetic. You can't help but wonder how the Sky front office feels about those glossy promotional posters. Now the fan reaction has been brutal, to say the least. Social media is a war zone of memes, sarcastic comments, and outright celebrations of her suspension. Finally, one user wrote, "The Sky is free of dead weight." Another joked, "Maybe now she'll have more time for TikTok. It's not just criticism, it's an avalanche of roasting fans who once cheered for her are now tearing her down. And Rhea has no one to blame but herself."